Good morning, motherfuckers. How the fuck you doing this morning, you badass motherfuckers? Oh shit, the weekend's here. What we doing today? What the fuck you got going on today? Anybody doing anything worthwhile? Instead of just sitting around, lazy, watching other motherfuckers work. Oh wait, shit, that was last weekend. Nah, it's every weekend, ain't it? Any of you motherfuckers got something exciting planned today? Anybody gonna go do something outside? Anybody going outdoors? Getting some fucking nature in? I hope I'm gonna get some nature in. I got some shit to do this morning, but I want to get nature in, man. I'm dying to go on a hike. I'm dying to go outside. Spend some time with my favorite partner, favorite therapist. I like to call her nature. Man, that does some good, don't it? Getting into some nature. Any of you guys just don't go outdoors, don't go into nature, don't go on walks, don't go on any kind of hikes. Nature, man. That's a beautiful thing. How you doing this morning? Can you believe it? You made it through another week. Cheers. Cheers, motherfuckers. I'm cracking myself up. Can't believe some of you still showing up around here. Listen to this drunk motherfucker. Good morning. It's the All on Me, the Morning Drinky Show. I'm your host, Greg. That's my motherfucking mugshot right there. We've been talking about what? 10 years of fucking sobriety. 10 years of transformation. Putting in that work. Posting up videos yesterday, man. A lot of you motherfuckers don't believe it. All fucking natural motherfuckers. I ain't ever taken no bullshit. I don't even take fucking pre-workout, motherfuckers. Go to that gym lifting 500 fucking pounds. Zero pre-workout, man. I don't need it. I show up. It's about the mindset. Showing up, man. That's a limiting belief, thinking, oh, I can't hit that gym without pre-workout. That shit didn't exist back in the fucking day. We got to think, oh, we got to do all these things to make it easier for us, right? Pre-workout is supposed to get us easier, make it easier, turn you into a different person. The fuck, man? You don't need that bullshit to get you pumped up. Pump yourself fucking up. That's what it's about every day. That's why we do this show. That's why we come fucking hitting what? Hard. We explicit around here. Because some of y'all motherfuckers like me, you need to get fucking fired the fuck up in the morning. That's why we do it like this in the morning. I've been still contemplating this fucking soft pillow talk shit in the evening. Right now I'm doing my situation, occupationally speaking, is requiring a lot more energy in the evenings. So it makes it a little more difficult for me to focus in and say, okay, how we gonna do this message day and night? We know how we doing it here in the morning. It's perfect fucking attendance, right? Any of you got perfect attendance? Who's my super fans? Where's those super fucking fans at, man? You checking in every fucking day. Good on you. Good on you. You gotta have some fucking results by this point. If you checking in every single day, there's gotta be something you switching up, right? Something to celebrate, something to be proud of, right? Anybody write in their journal this morning they're proud of themselves? I know I did, right here. Right fucking here. So proud of you. So proud of myself. What a hell of a week, man. It was an incredible week. You know, I just remember coming off of like last Sunday, man. All you guys fucking Super Bowling it up. I'm out there in the fucking cold and the wild, right? Jumping in them cold fucking, that freezing water. That water was probably in the 20s, right? That's some cold fucking water. I'm jumping into some hot water after that. Ooh, that's a good mix. But then guess what? I show up Monday and fuck, I was asking the universe, come on now. Asking God, asking the universe, whichever one floats your boat, but I was putting it out there, right? I want to be more grounded. I want to be more fucking emotionally sound and in control, right? That's the thing that used to trip me out, man. With this motherfucking drunk, and even just in recent years, living the sober life, right? realizing that there's something going on inside of me that I didn't have fucking control over my emotions, right? And it left me feeling fucking empty, guys. Empty. Anybody fucking feel like that right now, where you can't trust yourself. You don't know how to regulate your emotions. This is serious shit. It's serious fucking shit. And where does this all come from? Does anybody know? Do I got any students that know what the fuck? Where does your emotional regulations come from? Where do these emotions come from, right? Are your emotions always right? Right? Someone's asking you a question and your fucking chest is tightening up, right? And you want to start insulting them and getting fucking defensive and taking shit personal, right? And sometimes it just kicks in, right? It's like a program. You're just sitting there. Next thing you know, someone insults you. You ready to fucking fight. You ready to throw down. You ready to throw your fucking life away, really. You're giving away your fucking peace of mind. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That was me. Feeling like, what the fuck? How come I can't have any control over myself? What's wrong with me? Anybody feeling this way, listening to this fucking show, where you're like, fuck, I don't have control. What the fuck? That shit used to piss me off, man. I'd be so hard on myself. Because at the end of the day, I know that I would be emotionally hurting people fucking that I cared about. And that's what sucks, right? That's what got me fucking on a war path to say, I got to switch some shit up. I got to switch some shit up. This ain't working for me. I care about these people, right? Whether it was my kids or just partners. And yet there was something about the dynamic in any of those relationships that I could fucking point the finger. Well, fuck, this person's acting like this, and I'm not going to put up with that bullshit. But at the end of the day, if they just hurting, right? They're hurting people. I'm a hurting person. You're a fucking hurting person, whether you want to admit it or not, right? And it's those hurts. It's those past traumas that we haven't fucking dealt with, right? We don't have that emotional control, right? We can't fucking control our emotions in every situation, right? And that's where you got to start getting honest with yourself. Is how are you going to get to there? Quit making it about other fucking people. That's the it's all on me mentality, motherfuckers. You got to take personal fucking accountability, personal fucking responsibility, total ownership of your life. Because here's the deal, right? It's not your fault, everything that's ever happened to you. But what is your fucking responsibility is how you deal with it after, right? You're going to sit there, fucking pity party, victimhood, woe is me, wah, fucking, life is so unfair. What did I do to deserve this? Anybody fucking had that fucking talk in their head, right? That's the fucking problem with us people, man. We over fucking think everything, every fucking thing. Some of us, if you just had less of a fucking developed brain, did you hear that? Some of you wish and would be more peaceful if you had less of a developed brain. Well, that would make you a fucking animal, motherfuckers. They ain't got to worry about all these things. They don't overthink shit, right? A fucking monkey's a monkey. A tiger's a tiger. And some of y'all probably wish you were one of those fucking things, because then you wouldn't have to worry about shit. You wouldn't have the fucking opportunity. But they're all looking at us like, damn, what the fuck's going on with this creature? Because you got conscience. You get to have a memory. You get to have vision. You get to make things. Think about this, motherfuckers. Every single thing, from this coffee cup to this hat, this shirt, every fucking building, every structure, whether ancient or not. Try and imagine the world without any fucking human creations. Where did all this shit come from? Where did all this shit we built as civilization come from? If there was just a fucking earth and life, right? Where the fuck did all these things come from? All these cities and buildings and technology, spaceships rocketing to the fucking moon, satellites going to fucking planets. Where the fuck did this shit come from? Right? It came from our fucking minds, motherfuckers. From your thoughts. So when you're sitting there fucking in your pity party and your negativity, because all this bad shit happened to you, or you just don't feel fucking worth anything, guess what? That's what you're fucking creating in your life. More fucking situations that's gonna keep you feeling like shit. And you gotta break that cycle. And there's something going on in your life right now that's keeping you caught up in that bullshit, keeping you feeling that way, in a negative thought cycle, right? You're overthinking everything. Life isn't going the way you want it to go. Why? What are you so focused on? What are you so consumed on? If you think about your life and it ain't going the way you want it to go, where are those expectations? Are your expectations on other people, right? Are you externally focused? You're upset that you didn't get the fucking promotion at the job, or you got a new boss and they treat you like shit. So you're like, man, my life sucks because of other fucking people. Man, you can go and do anything. If you ain't fucking being fulfilled in life, if you don't feel like you have a purpose and a reason to wake up other than a punch a clock to pay your fucking bills, that's fucking miserable. And you don't got to stay there. You get choice every fucking day. And a lot of you don't think that you're a fucking author. A lot of you when you think about a book, you don't even remember the last one you read that didn't have fucking pictures every page. Oh shit. Oh shit, man. Some of y'all only fucking know what picture books are. You ain't never read a real book. Fuck. So then you don't think, fuck, I could be an author, right? Right? Has anybody ever thought about writing a book? I'm gonna write my fucking book right here. Chronicles of the Drunk Motherfucker. We talking about being an alcoholic by 15 years old, man. Alcoholic fucking ways. Wow. That's all I did for all those years, man. From 15, where we at, man? 15 to 33. Right about there. All I did. Everywhere I went, you guys, from fucking Saturday fucking lunch, right? Sunday morning fucking brunch, traveling all over the fucking country, the world. All I fucking did was get drunk. That's all we did, man. Gathering, fucking going to barbecues, going to people's houses, going out, fucking happy hour to after hour, clubbing, partying. But what the fuck, man? Are some of y'all still doing that shit in 2022? Some of y'all still fucking going out there chasing your fucking tail like that? God, that takes a lot of energy. Kudos to you if you can still fucking bounce back every fucking weekend from that shit, man. God, I couldn't even imagine what that'd be like for me right now in my 40s to still be out there fucking partying, man. Or even just kick it back drinking at the house like that. Getting all fucking wasted, falling asleep, getting all fucking drunk. Solo drinking. Any solo drinkers out there? I used to be that. I used to go drink fucking solo all the time. Especially when I had that job working for the beer distributor. I was a professional bar crawler. Had all the beer girls and all the trinkets and trash, all the free swag, all the beer industry stuff, keychains and t-shirts and neon signs and bottle openers. I used to go out there drinking all fucking solo. Nah, that's too much, man. What the fuck? Some of y'all still doing that shit, huh? I was thinking about this today. What are you worth? I put all this fucking bullshit on there. What are you worth? Where do you get your worth from? Huh? Is your worth your bank account or their lack of, right? That shit looking fucking thin as fuck, huh? One fucking paycheck to the next. Anybody burning it like that? You gotta love it when people fucking assume that you're burning it like that. But if anybody's just fucking scraping by, man, you know you could change your fucking whole life. You could change your circumstance, right? Maybe you got to go to school to fucking level up. Maybe you just need to invest in yourself. You need to fucking kill that vice like this motherfucker, right? I was more successful before that picture, right? In my 20s, running What's Your Signs in Southern California, crushing it, man, fucking crushing it. And yet, what I know now is that the best is yet to come. The best version of me is this motherfucker talking right now, barking at you motherfuckers on a Saturday morning. It's the best and the best. I got big fucking goals right now, big shit moving in my life, and I love it. Making waves, talking about this fucking story of transformation. And it's all inclusive, you guys, right? But it's like, where do we get our worth from? Our value. And I think for me growing up, right, my value always came from my connection to my mom. She seemed like the most important person in my life, right? Just a little kid, such a small family, right? So I guess my value back then came from that. I remember the first time I made money, right? It was for a garage sale. I think I sold some toys, and I remember I made $5. I had like fucking Abraham Lincoln, little $5 bill. I was so excited, man. That was probably the first money I ever made. How old was I? Maybe like 8. And I remember the first job I ever had was pulling weeds out here in New Mexico. We got plenty of fucking weeds to pull. So I used to make some pretty good money pulling weeds. I remember these one very generous people used to hire me. And I think it was like $100. I used to get paid $100, probably a month, to go pull weeds. Couple days a week, pulling fucking weeds. I get paid $100. That was big. I was like, fuck yeah, man, this is great. And I remember as a kid, I always played on sports teams, right? From little league to, high school sports and just all the sports teams. So we always did fundraisers. We always had to sell candy bars and bullshit like that. You guys remember I was selling all them candy bars? And back then it was kind of safe to go walking around the fucking neighborhood by myself. Like some of y'all like it. I'm the same way. I wouldn't fucking just let my kids go walk around neighborhoods and shit, knocking on doors, going fucking door knocking, door to door, little kids. That was me. This motherfucker going door to door selling fucking candy bars, man. I remember one time I was pretty naive, and I went to this house, and there was these guys that were I think they were probably a year older than me, twins. And I don't know, I probably had like a whole box of fucking candy bars. What was that thing worth back then? I think those candy bars were $1 each back in the day. They're probably $2 or $3 now, maybe $5. Who the fuck knows, man? Shit's getting crazy expensive. But the candy bars were $1, so probably a whole box was like $20-$25. And these motherfuckers convinced me that pesos were worth more than fucking dollar bills. So these fools gave me, I'm the fool, but these motherfuckers gave me a shit ton of fucking pesos, man. Pesos. Fuck, dude. And I gave them the whole fucking box. Well, they were some fat fucks back then. Probably some fat fucks still today. But at the end of the day, I came home with no candy bars and probably like $2 worth of fucking pesos. And my mom freaked the fuck out. She's like, what the fuck's this shit? You got hustled, man. You got hustled. And we went back over there, and those fuckers ate all the candy bars, dude. But they had to give me back. The fucking parents got involved. And I got paid for the candy bars. But lesson learned, right? Sometimes we got to learn from our mistakes. Does anybody need to learn from their mistakes? Fuck, man. Life is funny, ain't it? Isn't life funny? Can any of you guys laugh like this? Wake up just laughing at life, man. Just joyful. Or are you guys just fucking, oh man, I feel like shit. I feel lonely. I hate my relationship. I hate my life. I hate my job. I hate my car. I hate where I live. I hate my neighbors. I hate fucking my ex. I hate every fucking thing. How many of you guys feel like that right now? My heart goes out to you, man. And I'm not laughing at you. It's so funny how life fucking takes us on this journey, and it takes endurance. It takes perseverance. And here's the deal. Our worth is not our fucking money. It's not. Our value doesn't just come from our fucking bank account. There's a lot of rich motherfuckers out there that feel like shit, right? There's a lot of talented, rich motherfuckers that you worship, that you is worshiping, from politicians to celebrities to all kinds of fucking people. And they project all this shit out there, but they feel like shit, man. They not feeling good, but they got a lot of money, and they do say, I mean, it sucks, right? It does suck in this day and age, in life in general, right? It's like they say money doesn't buy happiness, but you can't fucking do life without it. Like, think about life without money, right? You can't live without it. You do need some fucking income. You do need some cash. You need to have some sort of a monetary fucking existence. And so I talk a lot about, increasing your marketplace value. But what are you worth, right? Is it just a number, right? There's probably like apps that can tell you your value. What are you worth? How many millions? I think I've done that shit, right? You can look back on your life. I mean, there's probably some of you, man, that you fucking paycheck to paycheck. But if you've been working for 30 years, you've probably made $1 million. It don't take a whole lot. If you're making what is that? 4 times 10, 40 years. Let's just say you make 40 grand. If you make $40,000, that'd be 240 into 10. Try to do some quick math right here, motherfuckers. That's about 20 years, a little over 20 years, right? A little more than 20 years. I think it comes out to 22 years. That's $1 million. If you're making 40,000 and you work for over 20 years, you've made $1 million fucking dollars. Now, what you did with $1 million, that's on you. But where do you get your worth from? Where do you get your value from? How many of y'all think your value has to come from outside? Because technically money does come from outside, right? Money's not a part of who you are. It's not inside of you. It's not part of your fucking makeup. But we use money to build up our worth, right? Because when we look at people and we think about worth, we look at, okay, well, how do they look, right? Looks are a big part. Our appearance is a big part of our worth, right? Our clothes, right? Our level of housing, right? What type of house this motherfucker got. A lot of times our cars show the appearance of wealth. I learned back in the day, like a lot of these fucking rappers, I mean, I don't know how true this shit is now. They probably making good money. But a lot of those motherfuckers used to rent that shit to show that lifestyle, man. Like back in the 90s and shit. Motherfuckers would be leasing cars and shit just to look like it, right? Look like they live in that fucking lavish lifestyle. But everything's rented. That's why you hear a lot of fucking rappers and shit. They talking shit if they got the money, they talk about my shit's fucking owned. The planes, the cars, the houses, all that shit. But a lot of motherfuckers fake the funk, right? They can deceive you, and we're very easily deceived when it comes to the material fucking wealth. So really, what is your worth, right? Is it just the stuff you have, or is it the substance of who you are? And clearly, I think you guys know that's what I'm going to start pointing at. It's not the shit you got, right? It's really who you are that adds value to this world, right? The things you've invested in yourself. And that really comes down to that personal development piece, you guys. What value are you bringing to the marketplace? As someone that has the ability to hire and fire people, right? It's very interesting, the negotiations we have. There's a really good book. If you guys want to listen to a really good book, it's called The Instant Millionaire. And so I propose this question to you today, right? As a journal entry, or just even in the comments here, how many of you have the answer to this question? What are you worth? How much money do you want to make this year? If you, whatever number, right? Now, how much money are you making this year in your current situation? If you could throw a number out there, how much money you want to make, right? This year, right? What would be your number? What's the number that comes to your mind, right? Not how much are you currently making in your current job, your current profession, but if money was not an object, but you could just say how much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make? What's your dream number, right? Put that shit in the comment. Put it down on your fucking notes. Hit me in the DM if you want to keep it private. I'd love to hear that from some of you. And I'd really encourage you checking out that book, The Instant Millionaire. Because it's very interesting that we all have a different number that pops up in our head. How much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make per hour? Right? What's your number? Right? Is it $50 an hour? $100 an hour? Or is it 100 fucking million an hour? That's something I'm curious about with you. But the number that we come up with tells a lot about your story, tells a lot about who you are, tells a lot about where you are emotionally, psychologically, right? And it tells about your story of life, what you've been through, what experiences you have, your relationship with money. And life isn't all about money, you guys. It's really about your peace, your joy, right? But your worth is something that should come from within. And it's interesting that I was talking to an employee this week, and this person is probably the highest paid person on my payroll. And we were having a conversation, and he asked me, he's like, do you know why I'm being paid what I'm being paid? And I said, no, tell me. And he's like, well, I asked for it. And I said, great answer. That's a fucking great answer, right? Because see, that's the thing, is people are going to pay you what you're worth, right? And if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of self-worth, there we go. We're talking about self-worth, right? If you're someone that has always been talked down to, you're someone that comes from a fucking very negative, toxic fucking family environment where people tearing each other down, people envious of those that have the haves and the have-nots, right? Always scarcity, never enough, right? If you're someone that always had to observe, your parents, your fucking loved ones fighting about paying the rent, paying bills, feeling that stress, that financial fucking crunch, that shit's gonna fuck with you in terms of, your worth, right? And basing your worth off of your bank account. And that's a really bad place to be, because really your worth is, the little story I talked about early on, is what are you worth? If I was to tell you today, here's $1 million, actually, here's $10 million. I'll give you fucking $10 million, right? But here's the deal. You can't live tomorrow. Today's your last day. Here's $10 million. Go fuck it up. Go do whatever the fuck you want with that $10 million. But this is your last day on earth. We fantasize a lot. Some people think about it like, what would you do if this was your last day on earth? Well, here's even a better deal. What if this was your last day on earth and I'm going to give you $10 million, right? But you don't get to live tomorrow, and you can't hand that money off to your friends, your family, your loved ones, your kids, none of that bullshit. The money, poof, right? You get to go fuck off and do whatever you want to do with $10 million, but you got less than 24 hours to do it. When tomorrow hits, just like Cinderella, boom, it's gone and you dead. We gonna put you in the dirt, just like the other 150 people in the last 30 minutes, right? Would you do that? Would you take me up on that offer? $10 million, but today's the last day that you get to live, right? Most of us wouldn't do that. There's probably a few of you fuckers that would be like, okay, let's do it. My shit sucks anyways. What I gotta fucking lose? Better off. The pain is so bad. I'll see what I could do with 10 million. I'll just go fuck it off, right? Buy a fucking, you know, fucking Lamborghini, drive it all day, and then you're dead. Okay, great, man. You think about them motherfuckers on death row. I just seen, I think Oklahoma just executed somebody for killing like 4 people. And I got kind of fascinated by his last meal, right? We get the last meal. And I don't know if there's like restrictions on the last meal, right? Like, or can you get anything? Can you have anything you want to eat for the last fucking meal? You can have like a fucking, if you were a meat eater, could you have a wagyu fucking 200 fucking $300 fucking steak, right? Kobe beef type shit, man. You know, can you have a $400 fucking steak with some fucking black truffles and all this exotic shit? Or is there like a budget? It's like you can have a last meal, but it's really no more than $100 or some shit. I don't know. But this motherfucker ordered fucking he want McDonald's, man. 20 fucking chicken nuggets, Big Mac, fucking, you know, 4 fucking orders of fries, you know. It's like, holy shit, that tells you about his worth, man. This motherfucker wanted chicken nuggets. He wanted chicken nuggets, man, with fucking all kinds of dipping sauce. Fuck. Fuck, man. Holy shit. That's crazy. What would you order? What would your last fucking meal be? You're on death row, man. Last fucking meal. That's crazy to think about, right? You're about to die. Society's gonna kill you because you made a fucking bad mistake. You violated life so bad. You did something so bad. Maybe you're high and drunk. Maybe you're just fucking hurting. Dude's probably a fucking hurting person, man. Who knows what the fuck what went through in his life, and that pain that caused him to lash out and harm someone else, which is sad. It's a fucking tragedy, but that shit happens every fucking day, motherfuckers. What would you order for that last meal? Would you take me up on my $10 million for last day, right? For one day, one shot. This is it. What would you order for your last fucking meal? And I think that's what it comes down to, man, is what the fuck are you worth? What's your value? Most of you probably want to take me up on that $10 million for the last fucking day. So then what the fuck does that say about what your fucking life is worth? Just the fact that you're awake. Just the fact that you're listening to this shit. You got so much fucking worth. And so many of us, we don't see it because we're holding on to our fucking pain. We're holding on to our trauma, our grief, right? The agony, right? The hurt, the brokenheartedness, right? Putting all these expectations on other people and always getting let down, man. I can't tell you how many women I don't see. I know there's a lot of men out there, man, right? Let's be honest, right? A lot of you ladies have fucking broken some of these dudes' hearts, man. And a lot of dudes, you've broken the women's heart. It's it's a mutually fucking fucked situation. Everybody nowadays, right? You women want to point the fucking finger at men. We always going around cheating, all this bullshit. Come on now. Come on now. If we talk about marketplace value, sexual marketplace value, you women have way more fucking access to partners than men do. The average fucking guy, especially if you ain't fucking in shape, you ain't fit, you ain't got your shit together, right? You still living fucking mediocre at mom's house as a man. Get the fuck out of here, man. You need to fucking grow some wings. You need to get out of the nest, right? But women, you ladies have way more fucking access to partners, to relationships, to cheating, right? Than most fucking men do. Most guys in this world, man, if they could just get one of you women to give them some attention, fuck, their life would be fucking complete, man. They're that desperate. There's a lot of desperate fucking dudes out there. And there's a lot of desperate women too. Because see, the thing is abundance. Having a lot of guys interested in you does not mean those are quality fucking men, right? And there's a lot of good fucking dudes, right, that have a hard time finding interest, have a hard time breaking through all the bullshit fucking dudes that hitting you up, right? They maybe don't have the best fucking communication skills. They maybe don't have the best fucking looks, or who knows what the fuck. It's crazy. Marketplace value, right? Bank accounts, right? What is your fucking value in the marketplace? Sexual marketplace, the economy. What do you bring to the fucking table, right? What are your fucking standards? All of this shit ties in, man, to what you think about yourself when you're by yourself, right? Do you need the fucking fancy car? Do you need the big house to feel like you're fucking a big shot? Right? Got to have that paycheck. Got to post those travel fucking shots so that you can project that, hey, you got your shit together. You got stuff going on. But when someone actually sees behind the curtain, you a fucking asshole. You a fucking shallow motherfucker. You got no substance to you. Everything is externalized, right? All your identities wrapped up in your what? Your car, your fucking career, and your fucking clothes, right? And then a lot of dudes try and put women as like, you're the accessory to my life, right? The way that, you know, trophy wife type shit, right? Hopefully that woman has substance. It's not just about looks. That shit's shallow as fuck. So when we start this journey of transformation, right? It's all on me. Taking total ownership. First things first, man, you got to let go of all these fucking bullshit fucking beliefs. That's why I can speak so fucking clear and honest about this shit. Is because I've let go of all my own false beliefs, of all the stories that I've told myself, because all that shit doesn't matter right now. I can choose. I talked about being an author. Most of you all don't think that your life is interesting enough that you'd write a book and that people would actually care about it. But the thing, that's one of the most important things, you guys, is you need to change that false belief. You are a fucking author. You are writing a story. Your life is a story. Your life may be a total fucking disaster. Your life may land up being a total fucking waste. Right? If you're still fucking living under parental fucking support, and you in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, you're still fucking codependent with your parents to some degree. That's crazy, man. That's not how it's supposed to be, right? And there's some cultures, and I think it exists out here, Hispanic culture, New Mexico, where there's like this obligation that one of the children, usually the youngest, somehow has to stick around and take care of the parents. And it's like bullshit, man. Go the way you take care of your fucking family is taking care of yourself. Have some self fucking honor, some dignity. Go do something with your life. Accomplish something for you. That's what I'm trying to fucking inspire some of you guys to do. Is to start today. It starts today with a fucking plan. Because as I started this conversation today, you guys, every single fucking man and woman made thing on this earth, every single thing, from my fucking shirt, everything around me, everything. If you just look around where you're at right now, if you ain't immersed in nothing but nature, but you drove a vehicle and then everything in the vehicle, right? All the contents that are somehow man-made, human fucking made, where did all that shit come from? Right? Did the universe give us fucking playbooks? Where's the books that show us how to make all this shit? It don't exist. I talk about Thomas Edison taking 2,000 attempts to get the light bulb correct. Holy shit. That's how fucking resilient we are. That's how creative we are. There ain't nothing different about him, folks, than you. The only difference is he tapped into that the creative abundance. He tapped into it. He followed through with the vision and the dreams that he had. And even when he failed fucking 1,999 times, all his peers, all his broskies fucking talking shit about him, being a crazy man, he finally did it. And we'll fucking know him for the rest of fucking humanity. We will know him for the rest of humanity. The Wright brothers, whoever fucking started aviation, all this shit, man. Everything. We look at these ancient fucking things, the Egyptians and their pyramids, right? Where the fuck, man? Where'd they come up with this shit? It comes from this mind of ours and opening and expanding your fucking mind, getting out of your suffering. See, that's the problem when you just barely surviving, right? We've been living through this pandemic, and it's like maybe there's a little light at the tunnel right now. We're seeing that maybe we could get through it. New Mexico, we were one of the fucking last states. Just Thursday, we finally removed the fucking mask, the mask fucking restriction, man. Hopefully I don't have to wear this bullshit everywhere, man. Fuck. I was so happy to fucking throw that thing off, right? The governor, effective immediately. Relieving the fucking indoor mask mandate, man. I threw that motherfucker off. I tore those damn signs off the door. Let's get back to doing something different. But some of y'all just so fucking afraid of every fucking thing. You're suffering, right? You're hurting. You're carrying around all this grief and this pain, and it keeps you fucking stuck in a broken cycle. There's no room for creativity, right? If you're someone and I think we all have levels of creativity. Every fucking human being has some creative stuff in it. You may not be fucking Michelangelo and a painter, right? But a lot of us have some pretty cool tech when it comes to photography. But, you know, everybody thinks they're a professional photographer with the camera. But it takes some work. Learning how to take good shots, right? Composition of that. Digital art, right? Musical art. I saw one of you guys yesterday, man, playing a fucking amazing song. Guess what my question was? You still doing this? This is beautiful. Why aren't you doing it, man? What have you given up on? What's your little talent, your little gift that's inside of you that just, it comes natural, but you've given up on it? Why? Why have you given up on your shit? It probably has a lot to do with your worth being really low right now. You're grieving, you're hurting, you're suffering. You're afraid, you're scared. The pandemic has fucked you. You're worried about all this other bullshit that you've given up on the creative. You've given up on being your true and authentic self. Singing. Some of you are probably some of you could be the next best fucking singer, right? Go win that fucking TV show, the reality shows or whatever the fuck. But you're too scared. You don't think you're fucking look good enough. You don't feel good enough. But you got this incredible voice. Who the fuck cares how you look and feel? Go fucking sing your ass off. Start turning on this video. Fucking start singing. Create an audience. If you can get one person to like you authentically, not just somebody that's wanting to hook the fuck up, right? If you can get one person to genuinely like whatever content that comes from your heart. Look at this shit, man. How many motherfuckers thought this shit was going to fucking create an audience? I knew it. I knew I'd have an audience. Am I trying to be everyone's fucking favorite? Fuck no. There's a problem if I got everybody trying to fucking jump on my fucking bandwagon. And it's the same with you. If you're trying to earn everybody's respect, everybody's approval, you're a walking contradiction, because that tells me you don't stand for anything, right? You compromise your values, you compromise your worth because you're willing to sell yourself out in order to keep someone's approval of you, their expectation of you. You'll compromise yourself. Has any of you guys ever felt that bad about yourself? That you'll compromise your own values? I've done it. I've done that in relationships. I went against my own intuition, right? To keep someone there. And I know I had genuine, caring, loving feelings. And I know this person had caring, loving feelings for me too. But there was, when you come down to the negotiations of a relationship, there was shit that didn't align from the very beginning. And from the very beginning, there was compromise. And it never got better. Right? The compromise never changed because underneath it all, we both fucking compromised parts of ourselves in order to keep the other person there. And what was it probably based on? Pleasure. Let's be honest, it's based on pleasure. right? The physical fucking intimacy. There was deep connection too. But man, the trauma bond, the chemistry between me and my ex was toxic, man. And the pain, as much as we tried, it just kept fucking giving us the same result, man. And what do we know about that? Trying something over and over again, getting the same result, right? It's kind of definition of insanity. Well, some of us, like Thomas Edison, we should get to that place of being obsessed, being insane. If it's chasing after a dream, right? If it comes to your dreams, right? If you're trying to get new results by saying, I want to feel better about myself and I'm going to just start drinking more. Well, that's not going to work. But I'm talking about chasing dreams, chasing goals, right? Improving your self-worth. And it took me being in a relationship, being a teacher, all this shit comes together. And that's why I'm trying to help you accelerate your healing. But I can just remember getting rejected, right? By my previous partner. And, you know, it was obviously clearly after like a fight, an argument, and me wanting to like clear the air and saying, hey, you know, I want to embrace you. Like, let's make peace. And this person was an avoidant and I'm an anxious attachment. So anxious, you want to, let's hurry up and make up. Let's sweep it under the rug. Or what do we need to do to be peaceful? Can I just apologize? And then let's get back to being loving, caring. Let's go back to it being good. And this person's avoidant. They're like, hey, I need space. I don't like you controlling me. I need to collect my thoughts and clear my mind by myself. And those two things clash. And then I'm feeling rejected. I'm feeling that, oh my God, I'm feeling the worst because I need this person to care about me, to love me, to give me physical touch in order for me to feel good about myself, to feel any level of value, right? And then I got this person also fucking tearing me down, making me question myself. Any of y'all fucking have someone in your life that is literally makes you question something you know you're great at? Something that you are actually great at. This person is questioning that shit. Right? That's a fucking tough place to be, man. And I've been there. I have absolutely been there. And it's painful. And it's not until you disconnect from it and you get past the withdrawals, right? Because we have withdrawals. When you lose someone that there's an attachment there, whether it's a sincere attachment, whether you truly believed, oh, this was my twin, you're my twin flame, you're my soulmate. I don't care how bad things get, we're gonna stick this out. I don't know. That's pretty romantic. I think there's a part about that type of level of commitment to somebody, just on a deep level, that you're willing to just stick around, man, and go through some shit. And as long as it's mutually kind of explicit, like where you're both just you're growing, there is some progress being made, there is some change, there is improvement, right? But if it's really just bullshit, make up to break up, right? It's just a willingness to not let go because of fear, right? Because you're afraid of the unknown. And the unknown is a scary thing, right? Because a lot of us will say, hey, the devil I have is worse than the devil that I don't know about. So I'd rather have this person because who knows what the unknown is? The unknown could be way worse. Well, don't be so sure about yourself. Don't be so sure about yourself, right? If you're in a pretty bad situation where you're stressed out all the time, you're feeling empty, you're feeling unloved, right? And you're caught up in a marriage, long-term relationship, codependent, you're living together. Fuck, man, it's really tough to let go of that. That takes some real fucking clarity. And the only way you're gonna get there, you guys, is fucking writing this shit down, becoming an author, getting honest with yourself, taking total ownership so you can really figure out your worth. Where does your worth come from? And usually my process for really going through these type of self-talk is just asking myself, especially if there's something that's making me anxious, something that's making me feel like I'm afraid of something. Usually I like to sit there and write out, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? What's the worst thing that could happen if this actually happens, right? Whatever this fear is, right? Leaving a relationship, right? And write it down, right? For you to leave a relationship that you're living with somebody, right? You're very dependent upon them. Write it down. Write down all those fears. Write down all that shit that you're scared of. Like, what's so hard about that? For you to like say, look, this relationship isn't working for me. And the reason why I don't want to end it is because of all these reasons, right? I don't, um, I don't know. I don't have enough money to get my own place, right? My car, I don't have my own vehicle right now. I mean, if you've put yourself where you are so dependent on another human being, I don't know. That's a bad place to be. I think in this day and age, 2022, every single person, I don't care if you're married or what, I think every single person should have a sense of independence throughout the course of life. Like you can be fucking, there's some healthy, secure relationships where they provide you with independence. They're built on trust. They're built on respect. They're built on saying, in order for you to love me, you don't have to forsake who you are, right? You don't have to go and disconnect from all your friends, right? And the things you love. You don't have to give up the things you love in order to be loved by me. Like that's a pretty fucking crazy proposition, don't you think? Right? If we were to go out on a date and the first thing I told you is, hey, in order to fucking have me in your life, I'll love you more than anything, but you got to give up everything you love. That's fucked. I would never do that to anybody, but that's fucked up, right? And even though most people will never tell you that, that is kind of a lot of people's fucking strategy to dating, to relationships, is the way you truly show me that you care about me and love me is that you make me the center of your fucking world. You put me on a pedestal. You worship me, right? You worship me. And I have to be the most important thing. I have to have all your attention. And if that means giving up things that you care about, that's how I know that you truly care about me. Ooh, ooh, fuck. How's that going for some of you? How'd that work out? Because I bet you almost everyone's been in a situation like that. Because we don't have these healthy, secure examples. And if you look up about relationships, enmeshment is when you basically start to lose your sense of self-worth, self-existence, your value, your self-value. You lose it when you get into a long-term relationship. And it's kind of a weird fucking thing. It's super unhealthy. It's very toxic. I don't like that. I wouldn't like to feel like that. You guys shouldn't do that to yourselves. We need to be better than that. We need to feel more secure about ourselves so that when we get in these relationships, man, we can trust people enough that we trust them. And even if they do go and cheat on us, fuck them, right? Leave their asses. But you can't control them. That's the thing. We can't control people. Us, if you're in a relationship where you think someone's cheating on you, right? Or you feel insecure where you're like, you want to see all what's going on in their DMs. Who are they talking to? If you're insecure like that, I mean, clearly you like, that's your intuition. Like you don't have trust for this person. You got trust issues. Well, where does that come from? That comes from you somewhere. Maybe you've been cheated on, right? Maybe this person's a genuine person and you just bringing up your past shit and then fucking projecting it on this person that's totally fucking an innocent bystander, but you making them feel like shit because of your insecurities. That's fucked up. And it really comes down to just knowing ourselves, you guys, right? On this fucking Saturday morning, we've been having a talk, just flowing about worth, right? Talking about last meals. What would your last meal be? I don't know what mine would be. I don't know what my fucking favorite food would be. Fuck, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough question, right? What would your last meal be before being executed? Fuck. McDonald's? Any of you guys go for McDonald's? Pizza? I don't know what the fuck I'd order, man. Some vegan food. I I don't know, man. That's an interesting thing. It seems like it would be guilty pleasure though, right? It wouldn't be like this healthy shit. You'd be like, I want to eat. I'm gonna eat fucking some guilty pleasure food before they fucking kill my ass. Fuck. It's crazy how life can take us like that. Life is a very precious fucking thing, you guys. I appreciate everybody that sticks around here and listens to this message. I'm really excited to just continue living life. I hope I get outside today. I hope you guys get outside today. I'm glad that this weekend isn't so consumed by the big game and pleasure and Valentine's fucking weekend and the pressure of, what am I going to do for someone else so they feel loved by me, right? Why don't you take some time this weekend to love yourself? I don't know what that means for you, right? Is it getting your nails done, getting your hair did, fucking going out for a walk, going out for a hike, going out for a bike ride, right? Going fishing, right? What do you need to do to just give yourself some love? Go soak in some hot springs, maybe go do all the above. Go for a fucking last minute trip. As I was talking about this right now, I'm like, fuck, I got a few things I got to do this morning. I might go out of town. I might go to Colorado right now. Load up and fucking drive my ass to Colorado. Just for the fuck of it, because I want to. I like being able to do shit like that. I might just go to another fucking place, another state, a little staycation, just spontaneous like a motherfucker. I'm just sitting here thinking, saying, you know what? Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go hit some fucking Colorado hot springs. Let's go to one of my favorite places. Go get me some fucking vegan pizza. What are you going to do? Right? And that shit's just popping up in my head right now. But it's something I know that I would appreciate it. Going out on a little date with myself, taking myself out on a date. And sometimes I even like to fight with myself. Any of you ever fought with yourself? Because you're so used to fighting with someone else and you always feeling misunderstood. It's kind of interesting when you just start chewing your own ass. Fuck you, motherfucker. You're a motherfucking asshole. You're such a prick. And then it's just like you start laughing, man. And you don't get so defensive. Right. And then hopefully that helps you to improve your relationship with other people, man. Spending some time with yourself. I think even if you're in a relationship, I guess there's two things. If you've been neglecting your relationship you're in, you guys aren't spending quality time together, why don't you spend some quality time together, right? Maybe it's not watching a movie. Maybe it's like, I got a good one for you. Where the fuck is it? There's check this out. I got this little game, right? The last relationship I was in, we used to do this little game. It's called this is the healing edition. But look it up from Skin Deep. If you're in a relationship and you guys want to kind of learn more, it's like a little card deck, right? About couples. But look it up. It's called The Skin Deep. And this is like the healing version. There's a couples edition. It's kind of cool, man. You just go through those little cards. You can learn a lot about each other, asking all these questions. And some of them get a little uncomfortable. And there is some rules to where you don't have to answer every question. But in my experience, I've always tried to. I've always tried to answer every question. And they're very telling. But I think it does create a deeper level if you're not communicating with your partner, right? This is a good thing. From Skin Deep, man. This is a good game. This one ain't even open, right? Tells you what happened there. I think I got that shit for my birthday, and then that's it. That's what we doing. But there's a lot of things you guys can do, man. You might have had some plans. You might have thought about doing something, but some of you might need to go out on your own. You're in a relationship. You've been so consumed by the relationship that you just need some time away, man. You need to go get some time away. Go do some self-care today, right? To build some self-worth. Because if you take care of yourself, you're going to feel a little better about yourself. And when you feel a little better about yourself, you feel like you're worth a little more, right? But if your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-care is all in the fucking gutter, right? Well, you're going to feel like shit. And you're going to put up with a lot more bullshit. You're not going to have fucking a higher standard. You're not going to have clear boundaries. You're not going to value yourself. And you're going to let people walk all over you, take advantage of you, manipulate you for what? For them to for you to not feel abandoned, right? For you to feel accepted by people that don't truly respect you. And that clearly says you don't respect yourself. It says less about them than it does you, because here's the thing. You can't control everything that people do to you, but what you have fucking control over is how you respond, how you react, and how you move forward with those things, the decision you're going to make. If you've been getting abused, if you're neglected, right? If you're not fucking happy, well, you got a fucking choice to change some things up. And the hardest fucking thing, you guys, is to let go, is to come up with a fucking game plan as to how you're going to fucking get away from that shit. You know, I'll end here with this story on a Saturday morning. It's at least from my perspective. So I know that in the story with my mother, right? Me and my mom, I'm going to take us back to little Greggy days when we getting fucking just when she's getting her ass beat. And, you know, this shit's fucking real talk here. So I guess back in the day, there's this, you know, little community north, and my mother and my biological father were living in a trailer. And I guess my grandmother had purchased the trailer. It was actually her husband. He was doing really good. They lived out in Southern California, and he was working for Northrop. He actually he was on the design team for the B-2 stealth bomber. I got a picture of the first test pilots with their signatures of it from he was being my step grandfather, but he was married to my grandma, Jenny, out in Southern California. And I didn't know all this until recently, but he purchased, right? They purchased this trailer for my mom and my dad. And so my mom had a job. I think she was working at Dairy Queen. And she, you know, when you're in these really controlling relationships where you don't have freedom, right? It's fucking, you know, like a narcissistic thing, you know, it's like clockwork, you know, it's like, okay, I know exactly what fucking time you get off, and your ass, I know exactly how many minutes it takes for you to get here, and your ass better be fucking home or you're gonna have it. Like, I think she was under that type of stress, that type of fucking control from my biological father, right? That's a scary thing. Some of y'all are probably in that situation right now, and I'm sorry. Right? I'm sorry to hear that situation exists. One, I think it's horrible that situation exists. If I'm honest with myself, you know, I may have had some insecurities like that, and that's insecurity, right? But it's coming out fucking super toxic. And I know that there's probably been times where I'm like trying to keep tabs on probably my ex-wife. Like in relationships now, not so much, but I think when I was keeping tabs, it's because there was some shady shit going on. But I guess she would have to be the one to say, hey, was he a controlling guy? I think probably from time to time, if I'm honest with myself, probably, right? I probably did demonstrate some of that shit. But this was happening, and there was this one instance, the story my mom told me about, where she had met her friend, and she's still friends with this lady to this day. It was one of her closest friends. She had started working at the Dairy Queen also, and I think my uncle worked at the Dairy Queen as well. And, you know, I think her and her new friend just stayed back for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. They just kind of had like a quick conversation. You know, she got caught up, kind of building a relationship, a friendship. So she showed up 10 minutes late. And she said that, you know, I was there with my dad in the trailer. And the minute she walked in, man, he just started beating her ass, just beating the fuck out of her, man. And this shit's like that medieval type shit. I think it's like the stripped down fucking beat downs. That's like heinous shit, man. And it was like after that fucking beatdown, like she's scared for her life, and she finally found the courage to tell somebody about it. Because I think that's the other thing, right? It's like when this shit's going on, we're scared, right? People are scared. You've probably been there. There's someone listening right now that's probably been in that situation where you're scared. You're afraid to tell your family about it because you don't know what to do. You're feeling that you are to blame. It's your fault because that's what's being projected on you. It's your fault. You deserve it. And that's fucking bullshit. No human deserves to be treated like that. Fuck that shit. No fucking human deserves to be treated like that. And so it finally, my grandma got fired the fuck up, but she was in California. So she fucking lit a fire under my grandpa's ass to get him to do something about it. And I guess he wasn't really, my grandpa at the time, I don't think him and my mom didn't really have a real close relationship because of probably the divorce that happened with her mom and him. But the thing was, is I guess my biological father was like he was a really smart guy. I guess he used to do like fire systems and electrical engineering type stuff. So back in the day, I guess he was making really good money, but he would travel out of state to go and work on these systems for these larger corporations. And so they kind of like they got my grandpa involved and they coordinated it that on this next trip that he took out of town that they were going to swoop in there and fucking do the extraction, right? They were going to fucking pack up all her shit, get her out of there, and she just abandoned the home, right? Just fucking abandoned the fucking home, man. And so it's like, I mean, that's some severe fucking action, man, to get out of a toxic fucking abusive relationship. I mean, and I was a part of that as a little boy. And like coming out of the tail end of that, like, you know, I got excommunicated from this whole entire family. But then coming out of that, there was like, now that she had been freed from that, there was still these other encounters where I was, you know, attempted kidnapping, you know, the gun fucking being drawn out, that type of situation. There was even a really bad car accident where I guess I got to go with my biological father for a day and he fucking rolled the vehicle. I don't know if he was drunk or whatever the fuck, but I got in a really bad car accident with him. Who knows how that fucked me up. And it's just like, I mean, that's the severity. Some of you don't have to go through that, but you're beating yourself up psychologically like that, of fear of what do I do? How can I survive? Well, the thing is if there's a will, there's a way. And if your situation is that fucking bad, man, like get the fuck out, figure out a plan to just let go. Like what do you got to do to let go? And don't let money, don't let all these fear things fucking be the thing that stops you from just letting go and detaching from a toxic fucking abusive situation, man. It's not worth it, you guys. It's never worth it, right? Your nervous system is such a mess right now that you probably aren't thinking clearly, and you're always under like some sort of stress that you need to disconnect from that. You need to heal yourself. Even myself, just coming out of the toxic patterned relationship that I cared deeply. I cared deeply for this person. I loved this person. And I know that she loved me. But that pattern of toxicity was not beneficial for either one of our mental health, right? Regardless of all the goods, the bad was just, it wasn't good. And so now that there's been a lot of time and distance in between that, my body is back to a place of peace and neutrality from a fucking nervous system standpoint. My system isn't feeling that level of stress, man. Constant stress, like feeling stressed, obligated to manage the relationship, to put out fires that are like manifested in someone else's mind or having them project their insecurities on me. It's like, whoa, that shit used to just stress me the fuck out in drama. And so right now I'm very protective of my energy and who's coming at me. And that's why I've been focused this week, guys, on grounding myself, on saying I want to be a fucking mountain of a man, that I can truly emotionally regulate, so that regardless if you're insulting me, you're projecting on me, you're giving me all your bullshit, it ain't gonna fucking rock my boat. Psychologically and emotionally, I can stay fucking right there in the middle of the storm, just like a mountain. That's been my goal this week. And so, I'm always going to share these stories with you. And I know not everybody wants to hear this shit, but that's what you get on the It's All On Me motherfucking show. It's real talk. It's real motherfucking talk. There ain't no bullshit over here. That's why some of y'all keep coming back. That's why a lot of you keep checking in here, because man, this is some real fucking talk. Just like I put out that shit yesterday, 100% natural. I ain't never taken no bullshit. I could have taken steroids, all kinds of shit back in high school, playing ball, fucking military, all this shit. Even just the other day, I had a homie fucking at the gym saying, hey man, if you ever need some of this shit, let me know, bro. I can hook you up. I'm like, I just said, yeah, thanks, man. I didn't want to insult him, but that's not my style. I put in the work, you motherfuckers. And I'm fucking challenging you to go put in some work on you today. Make some tough decisions. Remember, I'm still here for you, right? You may be scared of what everyone else is going to think about your truth, but trust me, there's still plenty of you guys reaching out to me for the first time. And I'm very proud of you. That takes a lot of courage to fucking reach out to somebody. right? To talk about yourself. But I think that the more vulnerable I am, the more transparent. I had someone yesterday say, man, you're basically stripped naked in front of all of us, right? And you're just standing there very boldly and confidently trying to share your fucking story, man. And that's very real. And the other thing this person said is that it's almost like we're having a one-on-one fucking conversation. And that's always what I've been taught is regardless if I'm talking to one person or 100,000 fucking people, you talk as if you're just talking to one person because every single person will feel that it's a personal fucking conversation. And I enjoy having this conversation with you each and every day because I keep showing up and we're going to multiply this shit, right? I'm going to start to hopefully put some of this swag out there. Got some stickers for you, some shirts. Hopefully you guys can support some of that. You guys want some of this It's All On Me swag to keep you fucking grinding, to keep you motivated, right? Start living this fucking life of taking total ownership, setting yourself free, right? Healing yourself, changing your story, starting to relive your fucking goals and dreams, man. A lot of you have let dreams fucking pass. And it's like, what the fuck? Okay, you wanted to be an NFL player back in the day. I get it. But what else could you do that can fill that kind of a goal for you? Maybe it's to be a coach, right? Maybe it's just a different type of athletic expression that can still make you feel like, fuck yeah, I'm still achieving my dreams, my goals, right? There's something big in your life. There's something special inside of each and every one of you. You right there. Yes, you have something so incredibly special. Please share it with the rest of the world. Please put in the work. Try, bust through that fucking fear. Tell that little bitch voice to shut the fuck up, right? And turn back and start going after your dreams, going after your goals. Reach out to me for some support, some encouragement, some inspiration. I'll light a motherfucking fire in your ass, motherfuckers. And I will walk some of that fucking journey with you each and every day. Let's go. Reach out to me if you need some help. Go take care of yourself. Do something new. Do something for you and go do something for somebody else. Remember, results kill excuses. It's all on me, motherfuckers. Greg's out.